Welcome to Truman's Town Hall with your host, Matt Truman.
Hello. It's been a while since we've done a podcast, but I was kind of taking a break for a little bit, and I probably will for the rest of the year after this podcast, unless something dramatic comes up that we got to talk about, and then we'll come back on and do a podcast. But hopefully by the first of the year, in about 10 days, knock on wood, we will be in our new house and in Beaver Creek, since apparently that's important. But yeah, so 10 more days of me and my family as Huber residents, and then we're moving out. But I'm still going to pay attention. I'm still going to pay attention to the hometown. And if you hear my windshield wipers, I'm on the move, people. I'm a busy dude. Always, long story short, we moved from Texas to Ohio, and as the house is being built, the kids needed to get to school. So I'm a stay-at-home dad for these few months, which, man, I got to hand it to all the ladies out there who are keeping it down, especially the ones that sometimes, and the dudes, right, that have to do it by yourself. Good Lord, I don't know what I would do. That was my water bottle flying across the front seat. I'm not speeding, I promise. But yeah, man, it's and teachers, good Lord, you got to keep my kids all day. So I'm gonna have to think of a good Christmas present to send to them. Maybe stay away from the Bath and Body Works this year and find something else, because I feel you. They're my kids, and I understand. Anyway, so I'm driving down the road, always busy, always running. Girl Scouts, Young Marines, Lego Club, extra credit, like different things for extra credit. Got to go pick up poster boards or take the kids to go watch an opera, or, just all kinds of crazy stuff. I hope everybody's having a good time during this Christmas season. I just want to say Merry Christmas to you and all your family. Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. I'm a Christian, so I say Merry Christmas, and I hope everyone who, whatever you celebrate, I hope you're having a great holiday season. All that good stuff. So, you guys want to talk politics? All right, let's talk some politics then. That's what this podcast is about. I know people are like, dude, you come on here and you complain a lot. Well, I don't complain without solutions, right? I talk about things and I bring up something. If I bring up something, rarely will I complain without a solution. But it's not to complain toward somebody as personally. It's to say, hey, maybe as a government, perhaps we could do it this way. And one of those things is probably not run impeachment inquiry hearings like we're doing now. Have you guys been watching? It's been going on for weeks, right? I drive in the car, I listen. If I get a chance to sit and watch the TV, I do that. If I can catch a clip on YouTube or Facebook, I try to do that, just to stay on top of everything. So this morning, I had to go to the doctor, the eye doctor, which, by the way, I went to the eye doctor and she said, my eye doctor said, you could get bifocals if you want. You're at that age, between 40 and 50 is when that starts to kick in. I am old. When the eye doctor starts talking bifocals, I'm old. And it just hit me like, doggone, I am old. Anyway, so I went to the eye doctor. I was watching a little bit this morning, and I caught this in the background. Then I figured out who it was. I'll just play it for you real quick so you can hear what happened in the middle, like just as the opening impeachment inquiry, just as the hearing started, someone from the audience stood up and did this.
Jerry Nadler and the Democrat Party are committing treason against this country. And you can kick me out, but he's the one committing crimes. You are, Jerry Nadler. You're the one committing treason. America's done with this. America's sick of the treason committed by the Democrat Party. We're not going to sit here and watch them run an impeachment scam and remove our vote. We voted for Donald Trump, and they're simply removing it because they don't like it. Americans are sick of your impeachment scam. They're sick of the Democrat treason. We know who committed the crimes, and it wasn't Trump. Trump is innocent.
All right, so that was Owen Schroyer from the infamous Infowars.com. That's right. I don't know if you know who Infowars.com is, but it's ran by a guy named Alex Jones out of Austin, Texas. Alex Jones is a very controversial figure, a conspiracy theorist, but there are some times where he gets things right. All right? But there's a lot of times where you're like, wow, dude, I don't know if that's true. So anyway, Alex Jones was kicked off of Apple Podcasts, YouTube, everything, really. I mean, he has to do it off of, there's an app, the Infowars app you can get to watch and listen to his show. They pop up every now and again with, it's hard to say pirated, but it's fake YouTube accounts where they will show some of his clips and different things. Well, Owen Schroyer is one of his reporters, one of his head reporters who has his own radio show or internet show called The War Room. And that's who it was. So I was sitting there watching it this morning. I didn't know who it was. I saw, oh, there's an outburst. And a lot of times these outbursts come from the left. I've seen that happen where they, talking about something, a big hot button issue for the left, and the left political activists will stand up and shout. Well, this time it was a right-winger. So it happens on both sides. But I thought it was very interesting. Once I was flipping through YouTube just for a second, and it popped up. Owen Schroyer gets arrested at the Capitol or something to that effect. So I thought, wow, that makes sense. Because, now I don't know if they did this for this reason or they legitimately felt like they should stand up and demonstrate in the middle of the impeachment inquiry hearing, which, let's be honest, that was not shocking at all compared to everything else that we've seen throughout this entire process. The entire impeachment inquiry hearings have been a complete, poop show. Let's just say a poop show for those in the audience who don't want to hear all that crazy stuff. It's been insane. I cannot believe these, and I tell my kids, I'm like, listen, guys, because every now and again I'll take the kids home from school, turn on the radio, and I'll listen to some of it or whatever, and I'll say, this is our government. You guys are kids. Listen, you have to listen to Dad. You have to follow directions. There is some type of authority over you as you're young and learning the ropes. But oftentimes, folks don't grow up. This is how they are. These are professionals. These are lawyers and doctors and nurses and teachers, all who ran for office, became elected. These are professionals who went to college, who some of them, many of them, are millionaires, and they still act the way they do. Now, some would argue it's a good thing. We need to see that sort of thing. I may, on occasion, argue that way, that on occasion, you need people to be loud and boisterous and to be out in your face trying to prove a point so others will pay attention. That sometimes is important. But the way, the way they go about these hearings, where it's, this is our government, right? We know there's two sides in the federal government and oftentimes the state government, where it's Democrat versus Republican, left versus right. And oftentimes that bleeds out into the general public, where we attempt to separate ourselves left versus right. But that's not always the case. I can agree with folks on the left and I can agree with folks on the right. I do my very best not to put myself in a political corner. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. Right now, I'm supporting Tulsi Gabbard's for president. She voted for impeachment. I'm not happy about that. But I am happy that she is talking out against all the regime change wars that we have going on right now, and we've had going on for the past 20 plus years. Well, wow, 50, 60 years, whatever. But, I don't believe in America, the United States being the world police. Whatever, I digress. What the point of this is that I think that we agree, as the American general public, we agree more than we disagree. It's just when we disagree, we want other folks to believe us. We want other folks to think, okay, I'm on your side. So we have more people so we can feel that we are right, or that what we are saying is what is right. But in the end, honesty will win every single time. The American public and the people can see through all the BS that is being thrown out. We can see it from the Democrats, all their BS, and we can see the Republicans, all of their BS. I believe, this is my honest to God truth, Donald Trump was elected because of that very situation. And I think throughout all this, the Democrats are going to have a hard time beating him if they continue down this path. They need to switch up, get on topic. They should get behind Tulsi Gabbard, because in my opinion, she is the only one that would be able to beat Donald Trump. So, the impeachment inquiry hearings, in my opinion, is a poop show that is driving this country further and further apart. We're wanting to see our ideas more out front, more now than ever. And it's just getting more heated. This election season is going to be brutal on all of us. All of us. Now, I would say, I don't know. I don't even want to go down that road. But it's going to be brutal, and I will continue to pay attention. I will continue to report. Hopefully when we get in our house, I can do some videos and other things. Hopefully you all get involved as well. The more voices and faces that are out there talking about this, even this and local and state government, the better. We have the First Amendment for a reason, folks. Use it. Anywho, enough of that bloviating. I love that word. I'm going to play for you the discussion from the last work session about the pool. The Kroger Aquatic Center over there by the Eichelberger Amphitheater there currently it's managed by the YMCA, and this was the discussion. I'm going to play the entire 16-minute discussion, so bear with me. I may break some stuff up once I get back and get all my equipment squared away, but for now I want you to check this out and listen to the discussion. Then I'll come back with a little commentary and another clip discussing this portion of the meeting. So we're going to switch over to the Huber Heights government right now with the pool discussion that will be discussed tonight, December the 9th, at the City Council work session, discussed and voted on. So here's that discussion.
Next up is item 3J, which is the Kroger Aquatic Center Management Agreement with the YMCA. Yep.
Yes, thank you. We had indicated at the last work session that we'd be bringing this. We've circulated the existing